Hey folks, Charlie in Westeros here, and just like Liddy Stoneheart, I am back from the dead at last. Classes are over, and I am absolutely pumped to get into some all-out GOT YouTubing this summer. So to get things started off in this beautiful month of May, here is another unique House Facts video from Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire you just might not know about. Today I'll be sharing 5 crazy facts about House Velaryon, starting off with number 1, Velaryons as the first Valyrians in Westeros. While the Targaryens are undoubtedly the most well-known, and to many the only known family originating from Old Valyria in the TV series, they are certainly not alone in that respect. The Velaryons are another notable family whose ancient and proud lineage also stems from Valyria and still reside in Westeros. Now, many fans also know that the Targaryens came to Westeros some 100 years before the doom of their homeland, thanks to a prophecy of one of their family members, but they are by no means the first Valyrians to have thought to travel westwards. The Velaryons actually ventured to Westeros sometime before the Targaryens, settling themselves on an island near Dragonstone, known as Driftmark. According to their family legend, the Velaryons obtained their seat on Driftmark by acquiring something known as the Driftwood Throne. This throne was apparently granted to them by a godlike figure known as the Merling King, in order to conclude some sort of pact between them. Whether this is based in truth or is a legend, however, is still unknown. Number 2, Targaryens above, Velaryons below. While the Targaryens are a family historically noted for their conquest of Westeros thanks to their dragons ruling the skies, the Velaryons were able to assert themselves by dominating the Narrow Sea. Though their role is oftentimes omitted or altogether forgotten, especially in the Game of Thrones TV series, the Velaryons' might at sea was enough to make the family an economically prosperous one by gaining monopoly over trade in the area, even becoming the richest house in Westeros for a time, outranking the likes of House Lannister and Hightower. Most significantly, the Velaryon fleet was powerful enough to match the Ironborn Navy, who are of course famed for their naval superiority. Last, but certainly not least on this point, is that this house is particularly reputable for its explorers, most notably Lord Corlys Velaryon, the Sea Snake, who built his fame from his many voyages across the seas of the world. Number 3, the Velaryons as Targaryen feeders. As many of you already knew, or perhaps assumed, the Velaryons, as a house of Old Valyria, often possess typical Valyrian features of silver hair and purple eyes. As a result of their shared appearance and origins, House Velaryon would maintain close ties with the Targaryens, especially during the earlier centuries of Targaryen rule, by marrying into the family on numerous occasions. As a result of the many unions between members of House Targaryen and House Velaryon, the latter of the two houses might well be perceived as a feeder house to the Targaryens, who could have sought to diversify their gene pool. Just a little. But of course, not too much. What is even less well known, however, is that this practice began even before the War of Conquest by Aegon I. Aegon's own mother was in fact a Valyrian by the name of Valena. Another important thing to note on this point is that not only do the Targaryens have significant Valyrian ancestry, but so too do the current Velaryons possess Targaryen ancestors, since Lord Alan of Hull, a legitimized Valyrian bastard, married the Princess Baela Targaryen and continued that family line. Number 4, the other Dragonriders of Westeros. As mentioned, the Targaryens are almost always acclaimed as the sole family capable of riding dragons in Westeros, but this isn't entirely true. As you might imagine, the Velaryons, through intermarrying and becoming close relatives of the Targaryens, were able to acquire some of the mythical dragons belonging to the Dragonlord family from Valyria. One of the most notable members was Lord Laenor, son of Corlys Velaryon and Rhaenys Targaryen, who rode Seasmoke, a dragon that would later pass into the control of the previously mentioned illegitimate Valyrian, Alan of Hull. As the son of Lord Corlys Velaryon, Laenor was married to Rhaenyra Targaryen, one of the 2 figureheads during the Targaryen Civil War, known as the Dance of the Dragons. Though Rhaenyra allegedly bore 3 sons by Laenor Velaryon, their legitimacy was questioned. Nevertheless, and at least formally speaking, if one of these 3 sons who bore the family name Velaryon had survived the Dance of the Dragons, it is entirely possible that the Targaryen dynasty of kings could have evolved into the Valyrian kings of Westeros. Number 5, House Velaryon as a supporter of Stannis Baratheon. Though the Velaryons in all likelihood supported the cause of the Mad King Aerys Targaryen during Robert's Rebellion, it would appear that all changed some 15 years later. During the War of the Five Kings, Lord Montford Velaryon supported Stannis Baratheon's claim to the Iron Throne. Although Lord Montford perished at the Battle of the Blackwater, his 6-year-old son succeeded his father and appears to maintain the house's support for Stannis. As a result, and despite his defeat, Stannis fans might be happy to note that some of the last Valyrians in Westeros actively support the Manus, with Valyrian men-at-arms being spotted by Jon Snow during the attack in the wildling camp north of the Wall. As a result, it will be interesting to see what transpires in the books and how their allegiance is affected now that the alleged Aegon Targaryen revealed himself, or if Jon Snow's true parentage comes to light. Well, folks, those were just 5 facts about House Velaryon you just might not know about. Did you know any of them, or even all of them? If so, what house facts do you think I should have included in this video? If there are any, for that matter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed. And as always, I will see you all next time.